Hello guys, Aniso here, and today I want to talk about Boss 5, or also called hard support. What are the different heroes that you can play as a hard support? What are the different roles that they fulfill? What is their job in the game? And when do we actually draft them, and when to pick and when not to pick those kind of heroes? As you can see here guys, I just created a new hero grid for Boss 5 only. And I would also advise you guys doing this, especially if you're just starting to learn the position. But also, this is just great in general, and for myself, I got one of this for each of my positions that I play and my heroes. If you want to create this yourself, you can just click here and then create new, and then you can create a new hero grid. You can like move around things, you can add new categories. It's pretty helpful, and I would advise you guys doing this. So let's take a look at the categories themselves. So I was sorting my heroes into 5 categories here. The first one is healing or babysitting, right? Those are heroes that are probably pretty good at the lane in most games, and their job is just to either like heal up your cores or to save their cores in the early and the mid game. Basically, you just want to give the best lane to your core, like the best mid game to your core. You just want to ensure that they don't die, right? Those heroes, most of them are kind of passive. They're more so defensive heroes. There are some exceptions, but most of them are pretty defensive. If we take a look at Oracle, for example, or Abaddon, Shadow Demon, right, Winter Wyvern, those are all heroes that just sit behind their cores and then they just save them. For example, if your core gets stunned, you can remove their stuns with Abaddon Shield. If your core gets stunned, you can like disrupt them. If the enemies go on your core, you can give them like a Frost Shield with Lich, right? Those are all heroes that are made to make your carry survive. Like, it's their job to keep your carry alive. For the second category, we got Disable and Catch. As you can see here, we got a lot of heroes that have long range reach nukes, such as Dark Willow's Bramble Maze and Cursed Crown. Crystal Maiden has Frostbite and Crystal Nova. Witch Doctor got this AoE bouncing stun, which is really annoying. Disruptor has his Glimpse ability to pull people back when they're running away, and then also Kinetic Field. Shadow Demon and Lion, they have like, both of them have Hex, and then they have another form of stun or disable. Then we have Snapfire with the Cookie and his Q slow, and then also Bane just having like a really long ultimate, and then also a sleep. You can basically just disable 2 heroes completely in Teamfight. Here, speaking of Teamfight, we got the third category, Teamfighting. If we take a look at those heroes, all of them offer at least one big teamfight spell. For example, the Phoenix Egg, the Undying Tombstone, Elder Titan got his Stomp and his ultimate Earth Splitter. And then for Willow we got the Terrorize, and then also there's a lot of like teamfight disrupting spells. AA got his ultimate. Winter Wyvern can just win a whole teamfight with one Winter Wyvern ultimate. Then we got Kotl with the Aghanim's, and then the AoE Blind. Warlock just has his big massive golems, then the Fatal Bounce, and then also an AoE slow. So all of those heroes are really good at teamfighting, and most of them can single-handedly win a teamfight if played correctly. For the next category, we are looking at Waveclear. In my opinion, one of the most valuable categories a Boss 5 hero can offer. If you have good Waveclear, you can defend towers all by yourself from long range. You can stand in trees, spam out your spells without getting caught, and make it really hard for enemies to push tower. Also, you can just casually walk into wave, use one spell and then leave again, and the wave will push, so the enemies have to deal with it. This is one of the best ways as a Boss 5 you can apply indirect pressure for your enemies and also secure your wards. Like, if you push out waves, this makes it way more easy for you to set up your wards. Example heroes being Jakiro with his Q and his ultimate, then Grimstroke with his Stroke of Fate, Shadow Demon with his Shadow Poison, Winter Wyvern with his Splinter Blast, Crystal Maiden with Nova, Shadow Shaman with his Q, and then Keeper of the Light with his Illuminate. Right, all of those heroes, they can nearly one-shot a wave just with a single spell. They can just stand in trees, spam out their spells, they will probably not die. For example, if you're playing one of those heroes and your carry wants to jungle because you lost a lane, you can just stand in trees and spam out your spells, defending the tower and getting solo experience, and this feels great. For the last category, we got strong laning heroes, being Treant Protector, Undying, Jakiro, Elder Titan, Grimstroke, Maiden, Ogre and Snapfire. If you take a look at those heroes, most of them are pretty beefy, like frontlining heroes with the Undying, the Treant Protector, Ogre Magi, Elder Titan, right? Those people either just run at people with their bodies and hit them in the face with a lot of right-click damage and also being really tanky, or they offer a lot of disable to set up kills for their carries. For example, like Snapfire, Crystal Maiden, Grimstroke and Jakiro, all of them have a form of slow and stun and also a lot of damage, which can make heroes like Juggernaut get a lot of kills early on. My recommendation for you guys is create a grid yourself, put in 1 or 2 heroes maximum for each category, for each job, right? And then you start learning those heroes, and then from time to time you can add new heroes. You can see the examples in this list, but only pick a few for each role. Like, don't try to have like 8 heroes in each category, because then it's like really hard to choose which one you want to play, right? Start off with 1 or maybe 2 heroes and then build up your grid from time to time. So how do we decide which of those roles we play? It's actually pretty easy. As a POS 5 we have kinda limited informations because we are first phase picking together with the hard support. We don't have any information about the enemy draft, so we can just think about synergy in our own team. Usually what you want to do is wait for your POS 4 to pick and then see which hero he chooses, and then pick your hero or your job in the game accordingly to his hero, right? You want to see what the strengths and weaknesses of your POS 4 are, what the job in the game of your POS 4 is, what he lacks, what he is good at, and then just pick accordingly. I will give some examples right now. So for the first example, we are looking at POS 4 Pudge. What does Pudge 4 offer us, and what does he lack? The only thing that Pudge POS 4 offers is probably good catch, right? Like, he's really good at solo killing enemies that are alone out of fog. Like, he hooks them into the fog and solo kills them. But he is really bad at team fighting. Like, in a team fight, this hero just dies. He's pretty bad at wave clearing. I mean, he can clear waves with Rod, but usually you don't want to show yourself in Rod, and also you would just lose like half HP. So we can say he's kind of bad at wave clearing, or at least he does not want to clear waves if possible. And then also, he's pretty bad at the lane, right? So he doesn't fulfill any of those roles. So what we want to pick is one hero that fulfills at least one of those roles, at best more than one. So if we take a look here, Winter Wyvern would be a good pick, right? We get wave clear, we get good team fight. Also, he is pretty good in the lane in most lanes. Grimstroke, for example, he can also push out waves. He's pretty good in the lane. Then we got Jakiro, for example. He's in all of those 3 categories. So Jakiro would be like a perfect fit, right? He can push towers and waves, which Pudge lacks. He's pretty good at team fighting, which Pudge lacks. And then he's pretty good in the lane, which Pudge lacks. So if you pick Jakiro to a Pudge, you actually got all 4 of those categories in only 2 picks, which is like a really well-rounded team, right? But if you pick like a Disruptor, for example, or like a Bane, right? If your hero is also offering the same thing, like disable or catch, such as the Pudge, but also lacks like everything else, then it's so hard for your other teammates to fulfill the roles needed in team, right? Because both of your heroes do the same thing but nothing else, and that's something you want to evade. So for the next example, we take a look at POS for Lina. What does POS for Lina offer for our team? She offers a lot of Waveclear with Dragon Slave and Lightning Strike Array. She can just use both spells and the wave is insta-dead. Then also she is really strong in lane. She has pretty good attack animation, long attack range. She just hits people and then also spams nukes on them, right? Like a lane with a Lina will probably not lose. And also she's kinda good at catching people. Once she got Yules, she can just Yules enemies and then nuke the crap out of them and one-shot them. But what does Lina lack? She lacks Teamfight, right? She doesn't really have a Teamfight ability. All her abilities are made to snipe out like one target. Yeah, you can theoretically land like a 3-man Lightning Strike Array, but against good players this is really unlikely. More so, Lina just picks one target and takes them out of the fight. And then also, she doesn't provide any defensive capabilities, right? She doesn't provide any healing, doesn't provide any saves. So what we are looking for with our POS 5 hero is either a hero that is really good at team fighting, or that is really good at like saving people, healing people, babysitting people. Since Lina is a ranged hero, I would probably advise picking a melee hero, or at least like a pretty tanky hero or a pretty beefy hero. Really good examples are like Treant Protector, maybe Undying, also Elder Titan, right? All those heroes, they provide either great teamfight or great healing, babysitting, just the things that Lina lacks. And if you pick Undying, for example, he fulfills both of those roles, and then also Lina fulfilling the other 3 roles. This means your team actually got every role on the team that your team needs in regards of supporting. So for the last example, we take a look at POS for Elder Titan. Elder Titan himself providing a lot of teamfight, AoE abilities, and a really strong lane usually. But what Elder Titan lacks is the ability to catch mobile heroes, right? If there's a Morphling or Juggernaut and Anti-Mage, there's no way Elder Titan will ever catch any of those kind of heroes. And also Elder Titan is really bad at like clearing waves. Yeah, he can like kind of stun the waves and stuff, but he cannot really clear them, right? He cannot really push them, and it takes a long time. He just has to hit the creeps, which is kind of bad. So what you are looking for is a hero that can wave clear and also disable or catch people, potentially a setup for the Stomp from Elder Titan, or just like a saving healing hero, because those are the 3 things that Elder Titan does not really provide. So I would advise picking maybe like a Crystal Maiden, right? You provide the Arcane Aura for the Elder Titan, then you can push out waves with the Crystal Nova, you can set up for Storms with Nova and Frostbite. You could maybe pick a Winter Wyvern, which can clear waves pretty good, and also can just save people later on. Pretty good setup with the ultimates together. If you ultimate someone, then Elder Titan can set up Stomp and his ultimate after. Maybe you could pick a Jakiro that is really good at wave clearing and can catch people with the Ice Path. Right, these are just some examples. But heroes you do not want to pick with an Elder Titan, for example, is like Undying, right? Undying is pretty good at team fighting and in lane, such as Elder Titan, but he also does not provide wave clear and disable or catch. And you do not want to pick a hero that only fulfills the roles that your other hero only fulfills. That's like the worst thing you can do. You definitely want to pick heroes that fulfill at least one of the other roles, better 2 or 3 of the roles that your other support is not fitting in. I really hope you guys learned something today. If you have any suggestions, or you just want to talk about some heroes, some roles, you have any questions, or you just want me to make more of those kind of videos, just comment down below. Feel free to tell me. I would love to hear your guys' opinion. Have a nice day. See you.